Hi, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. We are broadcasting live from Okay, here we go. Hi, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. Tonight is completely different from anything else we've done. So here's the deal. Stephanie O of the Stephanie O Show out in Long Island News asked us to be on her show, but I said, my show is the same time as your show. How are we going to handle that? She said, we'll simulcast. So we're as they say, jerry-rigging it. So here's the deal. She's going to open up now. They need me now? Yeah. Okay, so we're going in. She's going to interview me and Lynn. So stay with us, okay? Don't go anywhere. Anything can happen.
We picked up live, so your show has to be this show.
Yes, yeah, we know that. Okay. We already told my people.
Okay.
So right. No problem. They know.
Okay, good.
We're the interviewed
tonight. We are starting in about 2 minutes.
So we're ready.
You're going to have to be quiet in here. I don't set.
I don't set.
Okay.
Oh, you have the phone on battery?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So we're all set. Do I need to put this on, Stephanie?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, let's swing over to the red mic.
This one?
Red mic.
The red mic, okay.
Yeah.
The clown knows.
Everybody get their
Clown knows
Yeah,
what-
just pull it down a little closer.
Okay, here we
Mary,
go.
put your headphones on.
Okay.
This is not gonna reach me.
Which one is that? The,
We don't have a phone of feet.
Just move your.
okay, we're doing,
No, that don't.
oh, okay. You got it? Is that a little better, Lenny?
Yeah.
Okay, so hang on. Tonight is
You know what you
completely
can do is
different.
just keep one ear in and let it hang from the other one. I do that a lot.
That's fine.
Yeah.
How's that?
That's
Good?
how I do it when I.
All right. So, what do we got for
I
time?
wonder
Lenny?
if I should pull
90
back.
seconds.
90 seconds. Okay, this is exciting.
Adrian said it's really crackling on her end. I wonder if I should call back.
All
Or
right.
maybe tech can check. She said she's crackling. Should I press? Is that line?
I don't know.
I'm gonna just tell it to her. I gotta have like
1 minute.
all over the place while things are going on.
Okay.
This is crazy.
Thirty seconds.
Miriam.
30
Sit down.
seconds. Okay, 30 seconds. All right.
Five seconds.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of the station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.
Hey, it's Stephanie with the Stephanie O Show, and we're here again. It's Tuesday night at the airport. And let me tell you, tonight it was busy here. It's not busy now, but it was pretty damn busy here. I couldn't believe it. People were going back and forth, back and forth. It's like one of those nights. So I don't know. Maybe it's the time of year people are coming from Florida, or maybe it's the prices. Because my son was telling me that the prices are so cheap right now on Southwest Airlines. Not that I'm doing a commercial for them, but the prices are cheap. So I guess maybe that's why we're seeing so many people coming through this way. We have so much going on tonight. I can't even begin to tell you what's going on. This is one of those nights where you would love to see this being filmed. I have somebody playing music live in here. You have people sitting all over the place. So it's definitely going to be one of those nights. But before we start, I have a couple of things, of course, that I need to tell you about, because you know I like to keep everything relevant and I like to talk about what's happening in the world. And if I was to talk about what's happening in the world right now, we would be talking for hours and hours and hours. So we're going to keep it very simple and keep it brief. Let's first talk about Trump. As you know, like that's my topic of conversation. I'm so addicted to this reality show, President, that I can't do anything else. I have 24/7. I'm able to watch a reality show. Think about how great that is. You know, I guess if it wasn't our president, this this would be the greatest thing in the world. You can actually watch a reality show 24/7. Doesn't matter what time it is. All you got to do is put on any of the local news shows, not even local, national, international, whatever show you want to put on. It's the Trump show. It's just amazing. It's 24/7 TV, out of control. And this week, I don't even know where to begin. I keep saying Little Donald and Ivanka's husband, Jared. I got a feeling these guys are going to be in big trouble. It just looks like it's heading their way. Trouble is heading their way. And today, listening to Jeff Sessions, oh, it's looking bad. It is just looking evil. But we're just going to have to let it go and see where this takes us. Because what's so terrible is occasionally, like I think Donald's okay. I think he's on point. And then he goes and boom, he kills it. Just kills it completely. So I need to make one comment about him this week, and then we're going to get on with this show because I know I have a lot to go over. This week's Donald comment was his, I didn't say you were short and fat. That just says it all. Says it all. Because if my kids said that to someone like that, I'd be screaming like a maniac at them. It just wouldn't be acceptable to me under any circumstance. But here we have the president saying it. And there's just like a line that he just always, in my books, he always crosses that line. And just when I think that I'm, maybe I like this guy, I see a little glimmer of hope in him and maybe a little semblance of reality in him. And, like he's getting it a little bit. Boom, he goes ahead and he does something that these children are looking up to him. You can't be calling people names. Just no matter what this idiot calls you, you don't have to call him a name back. You can handle it in definitely a more diplomatic fashion. But that's him, and that's the way it goes. One other thing. I want to talk about this guy in Alabama more. Now, I'm missing the press conference. I'm such a news junkie, but I have to do my show. It has to come first, of course. So I have to, leave that at the door. So I didn't really get to see what happened. I don't know if Moore resigned this position, if he gave up and said, this isn't going to work for me. Something tells me, no, he didn't give up, that he is still running, and there could be 35 more women who come forward. It doesn't matter to him. He's going to still say he didn't do it. He had no recollection. I don't know what these guys say anymore. I just found it interesting, in today's New York Post, I thought there was a couple of interesting statements. I'm going to call them, they're actually quotes. They're actually quotes. And I found this one to be really, kind of says it all. Meanwhile, residents in Alabama told AL.com that Moore was known to creep out. That's a crazy term if you think about it. Creep out teenagers at the Gadsden Mall in the 1970s. He would go and flirt with all the young girls, said Blake Usery. Well, I think that tells it all to us. Something's going on with this guy. I don't think he's fit to babysit, let alone be a congressman or a senator or a president or any other political position. I don't think he's fit to do anything. So I'm, I don't know. I'm of the belief he should just give it up right now before it gets much worse for him. And I can see that definitely happening. So let me introduce you to my guest now. This is very exciting. We have live music here. We have,
There's a little checking it.
we even got a little sound going on. But first, Adrian, are you with me? It's a little different tonight. I think I have to press a couple of buttons here. Adrian, I found you. Adrian Schwartz, the big muckety muck at Life and Style, In Touch Magazine, and Closer Magazine. And as I say every week, it's those magazines in the food store that you never want to look at, but you really do look at it. And she has the best pictures in her magazine. If you want to look at the best glossies, go to her magazines. And they're cheap. They're those cheap ones, not in comparison to all those expensive ones, which we won't talk about. But
wow, these earrings are cheap. She's like, oh, we don't say cheap. We say that they're a great deal. I'm like, oh,
okay.
Store.
So now I have to use that. So when you look at In Touch, Life and Style, and Closer Magazine, you say to yourself, this is a great deal. Especially when you look at the other ones and their pictures aren't even as glossy or as good. You always get such good pictures in your magazines. I just really love thumbing through all the pictures and seeing who's out doing who has what on, who's going where. There's so many questions you want to ask looking through that magazine. So Adrian, we have the coolest people on tonight. Let me tell you. We have on Lynn Portas and Maria Gentile, and these two were in Tony and Tina's wedding, one of my favorite shows. Now, for people who don't know what Tony and Tina's wedding is, let me tell you about it. It's the coolest thing because it's like an interactive show. You actually become part of the wedding. So you're actually a guest, or I don't know what you call you. You're a person at the wedding. So when they dance at the wedding, you dance at the wedding. When you eat as if you're at the wedding. And they actually talk to you as if you're a guest at the wedding and you're part of this wedding. It is by far the craziest set of circumstances. And Lynn was the musical director, and Maria played 6 different roles.
They couldn't get rid of me. I'm telling you. It kept popping up.
You must have loved it.
I loved it.
That must have been
It was
so much
the
fun.
greatest years. We had the best.
We had the best time because what it was every night was a new story. It's
Right.
you don't know what's going to happen. You know your timeline. You know where you have to be according to the music.
Right.
Every character. So I played 6 different characters. I was an understudy for many years, but I was a swing. So I had certain roles I played and then I understudied. And that's how I met Lynn. But what was great about it was fresh every night.
Right.
Every night was fresh.
I can't even imagine that, but that's true. Like, you're in a different show every night.
Every
Before
night.
that.
And the people are different. Like,
Right.
you know, you folks would be there one night. You know, somebody completely different from Australia would be there another night. Or
Right.
we would get a bunch of people from Brooklyn. And
let
then
me
go ahead.
ask you, did you ever have anybody who like so got into it that they forgot that they really were?
Oh,
against the
every
law?
night.
Every night. Every night.
Every
You have
night.
to be a little afraid sometimes.
Yeah,
It's a
that's what
little
I'm-
too serious.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, somebody really took it as if, hey, I'm really a guest at this wedding. Like, go away from me.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's really hard to create boundaries because it's not like you have a fourth wall,
Right.
you know, and there you are. And, you know, and there's you and there's the audience. You are immersed in it.
Right.
And they can touch you. They can dance with
Yeah,
you.
like it could get scary. Like, what happens if like some guy is trying to pick you up or something? You know?
Every night.
Well,
That's
the
a
thing is,
different-
you're not alone. You have 28 other actors
Yes,
and a
right.
band.
But
and-
did it ever happen where some guy got a little too rambunctious?
Oh yeah, especially with the band. It happened to
Oh,
you
I
a
had
lot.
Short dress on back then.
Yeah.
The high heels.
And I was still wearing dresses back then. Can you believe it? Whoa, look out. They were paying me, though. They were paying me.
No, because you know,
We had a good
first of all,
time.
they served alcohol,
Always.
and I could see people getting out of
Out of
control.
Oh,
I could-
absolutely.
You know, in fact, I just recently went to a dinner theater. Somebody killed my wife. I don't know, in Vegas.
Oh, murdered by the,
Murder,
yeah.
something
Mur-
like a strip. And there was a guy there who was like really getting angry. Like you know, my daughter-in-law said, "Oh, he's got to be the one." And when he wasn't the one, and he was just like a person in the audience, we were like, "Oh my God, this guy could have like really taken out
Yeah.
a gun and shot
Hey,
us."
listen, you don't know what people are going to do anytime.
Yeah.
So, you know, theater is not any different, interactive theater. And there's a lot of different types, you know, of interactive theater. I love it personally. It's invigorating, but it's scary too. It's like, it takes a certain personality.
It was scary. It was really scary. I'm taking out my shirt. Can I talk about my shirt?
Go ahead, go
I
ahead.
gotta
I
talk
snuck
about-
Stephanie a shirt.
I got to talk about my shirt.
Go ahead, Steph.
Adrian, have you ever been to Duplex? Do you know what that is?
If I've done what?
Have you ever been to Duplex? It's like this. It's this like I don't know. From the outside, it kind of looks like I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. When you go inside, it's sort of like a little ratty looking, but it takes over.
Yeah,
It's like
it's-
a very
it's a
hard
village-
kind of place to explain.
It's a piano bar, and it's a typical village iconic piano bar. And that you're right. It's a little bit divey, right? It's
Right.
got that divey
But
edge.
it is the people who sing in there. You could die. They are
Never know
so
who's walking in.
talented. It's you just sit there and from person to person that sings, you're like, oh my God, are you kidding me? I mean, everybody's amazing.
And that's how we met, right, Steph?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that's how we met.
in Duplex. you
Stephanie is come in a few times. Always sweet, always generous. I have to throw that in.
know?
Oh, good, Stephanie. You fall under the really good tipper category,
Oh, well, that's
and
nice
there's a
to
lot
hear.
to be said for good tippers.
That's nice to hear. Well, I love it in there. I've gotten everybody into. I got my friend Steve. I've turned everybody onto that place, and now all my friends are big fans of this place. It's just, it takes over. And
It really does.
And the reason I brought that up now is because I sort of wanted to segue into listening to your amazing voice.
Okay,
Because
thank you so
on
much.
top of working there, wait, Adrian, Maria works there as one of the people that works in this crazy sort of bar where the bartenders are amazing performers. And it's just something you have to hear and see. It's out of control.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. And
So she has her own original song that she's.
so I'm going to do a little bit of one of my original songs, and thank you for having us on. This is Lynn Portas. She has been my one of my best friends and musical director for 25 years. I don't even use anybody else, just me and Linny. So this is a song that I wrote. It's called "Kindness Makes Me Cry," and we're going to sing it together. I have heard. Let's start again. I'm sorry, Linny.
See, that's one of the things about live. We get to hear. You actually get to hear.
I've seen the face of sadness. I've looked it in the eye. I've been down the road less traveled and managed to get by. But I never thought you'd leave me. Never thought it for a minute. I guess you cannot see the storm until you are drowning in it. So I find myself alone again, like a tugboat on the sea, carrying the stories that just make sense to me. Some days I feel my anger is more than justified, but the kindness of my friends always makes me cry. I have witnessed with my own eyes, I have seen that life is good. I've heard the voice of reason, and I have understood. I have made sense of your leaving. I have told my heart the tale, that the lessons were far greater than the times I might have failed. Now I find myself alone again, like a tugboat on the sea, carrying the stories that just make sense to me. Some days I feel this anger is more than justified, but the kindness of my friends always makes me cry. And I can handle the hysteria, never bat an eye, but the kindness of my friends just makes me cry. Thanks, Lenny. We're gonna just cut it there. We don't want to take up too much time on a news radio station. Thank you.
That was off the charts.
Oh,
Adrian,
Stephanie, you're the sweetest.
Adrian, was that unbelievable? She's texting me. She wrote the same thing.
Oh, thank you.
We were both saying the same
Thank
thing.
you, Adrian.
Did I lose you?
Oh, thank
Adrian,
you.
I'm sending you that song.
Listen, I have a CD. I brought an extra CD. I'll give
All
it.
right,
You can give it to
good.
Adrian.
iTunes,
I'm gonna send
iTunes,
it.
Maria Gentile.
Yes, and
Oh, yes. Tell us.
Thank
Adrian,
you.
Wasn't that great?
Thank you, Adrian. Well, thank you. And let me just say,
That was beautiful.
yes, thank you for saying that live. And we're doing that live. Now, I have to put in a plug for incredible musical directors. Lynn and I are like such great friends that sometimes I'll change a harmony line and she just goes to something else and we really know each other and understand each other, so I appreciate that. So my website, if you want to hear more of my music, and I hope that you will check it out, is mariagentile.com. MariaGentile.com. I have 2 albums of original music. You can download them. And I'm writing new stuff all the time. Lynn and I wrote a new song a few years ago called I Used to Be You, from a mother to a daughter. That's it's a real tearjerker. So we're going to be.
Even that song. Like, I can relate to that song.
Kindness
My
makes me cry.
songs are jokes, and her songs.
Well,
It was like,
which we should segue into this. So my friend, I'm very proud to say she's my friend, created this amazing musical app. So Lynn, you take over from there.
EMUSI.
Okay, go ahead, Lenny.
It came out last year on Apple, released on Android last September. And
tell them a little what it is, because nobody knows what this is. Adrian, you have to hear the concept behind it.
It's amazing.
And as you can tell, I talked to Adrian, like it's Adrian and I, and we're not on the air. So we were on the air, and everybody's listening to us, but Adrian and I have our own little chit chat.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So
my
tell-
daughter sent me a picture of food. She sent me a picture of food, and I sent her a little song back. Because what am I going to say to a
That's
picture
how it
of
started,
food? My
right?
response was, it's delicious, it looks great, I wish I didn't know. So I just wrote a little song. I'm getting hungry, just by looking at it, just by looking at it, I'm getting hungry. And I sent it. And that was it. And then she sent me a picture of a dress, and I said, oh my God, I love that dress. You look so beautiful. Oh my God, I love that dress. And I just started singing back my responses. And then I stayed for that weekend, and I wrote a couple of 200, I think,
Just a couple.
and
Yeah.
I wrote about just different text messages, and that's how it was intended originally. And now they're the app. It's an app, and it has over 1,000
Oh my God.
musical messages.
Isn't that something?
In all
1,000
categories.
musical
One
So,
person wrote those. One person.
family or health.
Isn't that a great idea?
And so we kind of, you can send I could call my friends and say, how was your date, if I wanted to. Here we go. How was your date? How did it go? How did it all turn out? Steph, give me the details, no skipping through. I vicariously lived through you. I know I'm pathetic. And I would, instead of sending that little text message, I send a little song. And that's how it works.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, that is.
It's a really cool.
That is very cool.
And it could be anything. It could be love or
hate.
Yes, there's a
I
lot.
like
There's just
hate.
Oh,
like,
yeah. It
Let
was
me
a
hear it.
G-rated show, though.
Let me
yeah,
hear
we
it.
have,
Let
I
me hear
tried
it.
to make sure everything was,
Let me hear
okay,
a
well,
bad
maybe
one.
you're a little upset. Well, no bad, we have to, this is
No,
rated
like,
G.
okay. G,
We
go
don't
ahead.
want to be, maybe
Okay.
you're angry at your children.
Yes.
That,
Adrian, there you go. Here, you can send this to your children.
okay. Here we go. Maybe your kid's on the couch. You gotta do something, 'cause up to now you've done nothing, and nothing doesn't work. You're waiting for problems to just solve themselves, really. Watching days turn into weeks, months. Oh well, another day won't hurt. Nothing doesn't work. Nothing doesn't work.
That's
Oh.
great. That is great.
Oh, there's plenty. Get
Wait,
a job.
when we come back, we're going to be going to break shortly. When we come back, you're going to tell everyone.
Get a job. All right.
Okay, when we come back, Adrian, we are going to talk get a job, and we're gonna listen to a bunch more little tunes. I think that might work better with kids. Send them a
EMUSI.
tune, they won't be as angry because I send them a scream, and that seems to not work all the time. Anyway, it's Stephanie with the Stephanie O Show with Adrian Schwartz of Life and Style, In Touch, and Closer Magazine, and we will be right back with Maria Gentile and Lynn Portas here on 103.9 FM.
Yay. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to continue Facebook Live if it's okay with you guys. And also, okay.
Now you're clear.
Okay, thank you,
Okay,
sweetheart.
good.
Okay, thank you
Gotta
to
wait
our
for the whole
engineer.
clear.
Thank you so much. He's been amazing.
How is it?
Oh,
I can't look at.
I know, it's hard
I
to.
just sent them to to the next guy who's supposed to come on, I sent his person to tell him to come give me a few more extra minutes.
Oh, how cool is
That
that?
was
So
so
Stephanie has
fun.
given us a couple extra minutes.
You
We're
like
having a
these
ball.
things? I have
And-
so many.
I love
And
them.
they-
You gotta do one for Adrian.
You-
Oh,
You get a job.
And then you got to tell them how to get your MUSI app, Lenny, and download that because it's.
I told him so we got till 9:45, but now we're on a 7-minute commercial because they're playing all the commercials.
Okay, so I'm gonna, if it's okay with you guys, while you're on commercial, I'm gonna just continue with my show. Thank you so much. So the name of my show is What's the Story with Maria, and I usually interview 2 creative people per show. And of course, Stephanie is one of my creatives tonight, and Lynn is one of my best friends. So Stephanie,
Yes.
welcome to the show. And you weren't always a talk show host, right?
I was not. I'm actually still a lawyer.
I can't believe it. She's a real live lawyer.
I am a real life lawyer. Hi.
There
My
she is.
greatest claim to fame, as I tell people, is I am the mother of 8. And that
8? How the heck did you do that?
I don't know.
8 children. My mother has 7. 8.
Wow, she beat you, Faye.
Yeah.
Faye, she beat you.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
It's crazy. It's a crazy world.
And you started doing this, how long have you been doing the radio show? You do 2 radio shows, right?
Yeah, I'm on this station and I'm also on KJOY, or known today as K98.3.
And that's in Long Island as well?
It is.
Okay,
But
so
we go K98.3 broadcast into the city.
into the city.
And Queens.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a really big deal. This is big potatoes. This is
Yeah,
big potatoes, small
And
potatoes.
I taught her daughter.
Oh, yeah. Tell that
I
story,
was-
Lenny.
Stephanie's daughter is Sophia,
Right.
and I was her teacher.
Right.
How
at the
crazy
Long
is
Island
that?
School for the
And she
Gifted.
brought out all her talent, which we never knew she had any.
She's
Is she a singer?
beautiful girl. Actress, singer, everything. But
Really?
she's a beautiful person inside. Sophia is.
She would be great in
kind
reality.
She can do it all.
Now, Stephanie, do you think she gets that from you?
No,
The
no.
singing? Do you sing?
No, absolutely not. You would never want to hear me sing. You would run.
Really?
Fast. Like really
All right, so
fast.
listen, come into the duplex at 4 a.m. when we got to clear out the people.
Right.
Start singing.
Then I'll go in and
That's
I'll
it.
sing.
Then you
I
start
can't
singing.
even memorize words. Like, Sophia can memorize parts of Hamlet and plays and shows. And she calls them, I don't even know what she calls them. Me, I can't even memorize 3 words. I have to keep looking at it. Bill Gates is, Bill Gates is, Bill Gates is.
Yeah, but that's all right. You know why? We have a lot in our brains. I feel like the older we get, we're like computers. You got to
Clutter.
delete some files.
Clutter.
Right?
A lot of clutter.
Yes, we all do.
Delete some files. And that's our engineer back there.
Okay.
He's great. How
And
are we doing
and
for
Joe is
oh, my
out,
God.
ready to go.
Now, when we leave here and the next person comes in, we're going to be interviewing
Joseph
Lynn's
Brennan.
husband, Joseph Brennan, who is an engineer. Go ahead, you tell him,
Wow.
Lenny.
Yeah, Joe.
He's your guy. You tell him.
A lot of people have asked us how we make the app, how we started this app. Granted, I wrote the music, but Joe is the brains behind it. So a lot of people wanted some information on how to go about it. Where do you find an app developer? Where do you begin?
That's true. Those are the
And
comments
there are a lot of you out there that are interested in beginning writing your own apps, and Joe's the guy. Don't ask me.
Yeah.
All
Well, that's
I know
talent.
is this, and Joe says, you just play the piano, Lynn, and don't do anything else. I'm probably better off doing nothing else. It's usually a mess. Okay, you take the camera.
All right. So now I also want to tell you that, I always have food on my show because that's part of What's the Story with Maria on the part of the show called Go Ahead, Keep Eating. And I tonight made chicken cutlets, delicious the chicken cutlets. And yes, I
tried
tried.
them out and showing them. To
Well,
us?
they're out there somewhere.
Where are they?
Hold on a second.
We didn't even get to
Hey
see
Joe,
them.
where are the chicken cutlets? I'm gonna that white bag over there.
We
We're
didn't
gonna
even
model
see
the
them.
chicken cutlets. Joe is
I want to
amazing.
take a picture of them.
Oh, you have to. You have to put it on your Facebook page.
Absolutely. I'm
All right,
going
hang
to.
in there, hang in there.
I
And listen, when you make good food, you got to cover it. I got like 3 trash bags over here. This is no joke.
My phone charger thing. When you were all
This is
talking,
no
I
joke.
was-
It's- You got to have food. On my show, Steph, I always have food.
Oh, that's
It's not a joke.
beautiful. I'm no joke. I'm not joking.
And I brought plates and everything for people.
Look, show
Hold
me.
on a
Wait,
second.
wait,
Hold
wait,
on a
wait.
second. Smells delicious. Can you smell it?
Yes, yes.
All right, you hear that crackling? Look at that, Stephanie. Take a picture of me and the chicken cutlets.
Oh my God.
Over here, I'm on the Stephanie O show. Look out.
Oh my
That's what I'm talking
God.
about. Long Island.
This is-
Some of the best chicken cutlets
Our
I ever
engineer-
had.
Look, our engineer is getting hungry.
Listen, he already, I
There's
tried to
music
feed
for
him.
that.
Yes.
These new kids, they don't eat a lot.
They
I
don't.
tried to
They really
feed.
don't.
He's like, nah, I ate already. I'm like, when did that ever stop me from eating a chicken
Oh my
cutlet?
God, what's wrong with these kids?
So
I
I'm
know, I need to put my shirt on for the rest of this show.
Put the shirt on for the
I'm
rest of the
so
show.
excited.
Not that Stephanie's been doing the show topless. Don't get
Yeah,
us wrong.
exactly.
Stephanie, they're gonna get the wrong idea. They'll think you went topless. See what the
That
hell
would be
is
pretty
going
damn
on?
funny, except I can't get in trouble here at the airport.
Right.
I'm so
No,
excited.
yeah, we're
You
at
don't
the.
even know.
Joe's ready to take it
This
from
has
you.
made my night. I'm so excited. We're putting it on.
Put it on, Stephanie. Put it on.
I am not kidding.
Well, thank you, Joe.
I
Joe
can't wait
Brennan.
to wear this.
You know what Joe is? He's what I would call a utility guy.
He's great.
In
How much
baseball-
time do I have?
He's the guy
How
that
much
plays every
time?
position.
Oh,
3 minutes. 3 minutes, and we'll come back in.
We're warming up.
Lenny, you could do
Got a
another.
new home, how very cool. You made a big step, but so proud of you. Wishing you the best, all the happiness life can give. So your credit now is all blown up. Hey, look at you. You're all grown up from the panic to the oven. Now you love it just where you live. You gotta thank the stars above. You love it just where you live. My daughter Nicole just bought a house in Belmore.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yippee.
beautiful.
Love it,
Jackie
just
and
what
Nicole.
Jackie bought a house in Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Nicole bought a
I didn't
house
know
in
Nicole
Long
bought a
Island.
house. How nice.
Yeah.
Hey, you know one of her. Oh, we're
Wait,
getting in there.
I'm
We're getting
I
in.
gotta
You know,
tell
one
these
of her
things.
daughters is a lawyer. Did you know that?
Public defender.
Forget about it.
Ah,
Look out, we get pictures.
All I know is I never take pictures of my guests. So
Oh,
the
this is
first
a.
time.
Did you hear that,
You don't even
Stephanie?
know.
Oh,
Do
never
I
takes
ever-
pictures of her
I
guests.
I can't stand all these
Do I ever, did you ever see me take pictures
No.
of my guests?
This is the first time because it's a big
Ever,
deal.
Ever, in all these years.
No,
now.
you guys were great.
Usually
This-
I
oh,
sit
thank
there,
you.
like, I'm usually no fun.
Oh, I don't
2
believe
minutes.
it. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Oh my God.
I am
Get a
usually
job,
so
get a job.
fun.
I want to thank my people at Armed Radio, armeddigitalmedia.com. Check that out. And also my show, What's the Story with Maria, just got picked up by iHeartRadio. So it's a talk show, and we deal with entertainment. Anybody that's creative, 2 creative people per week. New York, we're bringing New York to the rest of the country. So listen in every week, 9 p.m. Tuesdays.
You
Come
guys
back and
same time.
check us out. Yeah, I know. That's why we had a
That's crazy.
simulcast. Same time as the Stephanie O Show. Now,
Same
Stephanie,
time.
you're in podcast as well, right? No? All right.
No.
So you can listen to us in podcast. Check out
No,
Stephanie.
I'm gonna listen to you.
Oh my God, this is
Oh, this
we
is
have
gonna
so
be
much
fun.
fun.
Get
This
a
is
job.
show
I'm gonna listen.
18.
Adrian wants
So-
get a job.
Adrian
And we
wants to
usually
get a
say hi
job.
to some of our people. This
I
time
can't
we're
hear
gonna check-
Adrian.
Oh my
so
God,
come
Mario
on.
Cantone joins. He's my friend from high school.
Mario
Deep bass,
Cantone.
Wonderful, funny.
He's
I
fun.
love-
I played
He's a
Mario.
great
I
guy,
played
too.
piano for you once.
You play piano for
I
Mario?
played piano for Mario Cantone in Staten Island.
1 minute.
1 minute. Oh my
We
God, we're coming
did
in.
years ago. We did like a Cruella DeVille thing at a comedy club in Staten Island. It was like Grandpa from the Monster. No, is that Monster? Herman Munster? Grandpa. Whatever. His laughing thing. And I played piano for
Okay, in
Mario.
case our guest is on, I'm gonna have to tell him to hold
Yeah.
on till 1:45.
Yeah, and then we'll fly out of here. Don't you worry, Steph.
No, I'm not worried.
We'll fly out of here and then we'll
I
wait
didn't
outside.
realize
We're going
you'd
to
have so
continue
much
on
to
with
say.
What's the
We
Story
could
with
have kept
Maria,
this
though.
going.
Oh, we have a lot of fun here. You
We
kidding
could
me?
have kept this
Yeah,
going.
you get a couple girls together, some chicken cutlets. Look out.
Oh, boy.
That's it. Can't go wrong.
I'm
Chicken
gonna have to
cutlet.
have you come on. I'm gonna try and get you to come on to KJ. I'm gonna see if they'll let me do that.
Ask them, but we
Joy.
come as a team. Me and Lynn Portas come as a team. That's
I
it.
wouldn't have one without you.
No.
What do you think, Laurel and Hardy?
We're like peanut butter and jelly,
Peanut
right?
butter and jelly. Yeah, exactly.
Like
Okay.
mozzarella tomatoes.
Oscar and
Okay, we're
Felix.
coming
There
in.
we go.
Okay. No more fooling around. No more fooling around.
Okay.
All right. We're still here. Armed Radio. I haven't gone anywhere.
Hey, it's Stephanie, and we're back at 103.9 FM LA News Radio, and now the people are coming through the station. You know, I'm always jealous of Adrienne, and she knows this, because during the commercials, she always gets to talk to the guests. I never get to talk to the guests. I usually sit here talking to nobody, and occasionally Marianne, but you know, usually nobody. I read the newspaper, but Adrienne gets to talk to all the guests. So when we come back on, she knows everything about everybody. I know nothing. So this time, Adrienne, we had such a good time in here. You missed out. We have chicken cutlets. We have so much going on here.
EMUSI. We got EMUSI.
We got music. We have
I got one with your
instruments.
name on it, Adrian.
Oh my God.
Got a nice chicken cutlet, golden brown.
Adrienne, I can't even tell you what's going on in this place. Oh, anyway, we have a song for you. You ready?
Okay, here we go. This is for your child who has no job. You have got to get moving to get your problem solved. Rated G, I won't curse. You have got to get moving that freaking job.
That's
it. And it's really cool on the app because it. Yes,
Adrian,
well, you have to
that's-
download the app. It's at your app store.
Okay, how do we get this?
EMUSI. You go to the app store. It's a free download for the first 200. It's for the whole app of 90. It's 99 cents for 1,000 over 1,000 EMUSIs.
Wow.
And it's there. It's really hysterical.
Adrian, you should send that to
Free
us.
download. If you are Google, you go to the Google Play Store and you download. It's a free download, and it's taking off. You have wonderful reviews.
It's a new era. It's a new era.
Yeah, and you can also put it on Facebook,
Right.
post them on, or you can tweet, or you
And-
can email.
And we also teach, both of us teach, and we know that that's the way to get kids'
Yeah.
attention, adults, anybody's attention. 30-second, people have short attention spans now, and they
Plus,
love
it'll
music.
change, like the whole makeup. You know, you're screaming and yelling at your kid, and all of a sudden you send this music thing,
Clean your room.
and they
Done it.
and they hear this: clean the house, clean the room. They're not going to yell back at you. They're gonna, you know, it's going to be funny and light. Don't you think? Sounds like
I
there's
hear
a
the car.
motorcycle
She's in
riding
the
by
car.
us.
We hear your car.
Adrian, are you outside?
I am outside, and I don't really understand, but for some reason, it's like motorcycles.
And Adrian lives in a beautiful, beautiful home in Santa Monica. Gorgeous.
Wow, we
gorgeous.
love Santa Monica.
Santa Monica.
That is where she is
Oh,
right
it's
now.
beautiful
All she
there.
wants to do is have some fun.
That's it.
As the sun goes up.
So we have a guest on the line again.
We do. Oh my goodness. All right. So I just want to say goodbye to our amazing guest,
Well, thank you for having us on.
Maria
Maria's-
Gentile.
Thank you,
Thank you,
And
Stephanie
we're gonna-
O
we're gonna
from
most
Stephanie O Show.
definitely have to get you back here, and we're gonna.
We would love that.
This was
She's
a
continuing.
ton of fun.
We get you. This was great.
Chicken cutlets and all.
Okay.
But now we need to get serious.
Okay.
because We have a serious.
We're going to exit.
A serious guy coming up next and a serious topic.
Okay, we are going to exit. Thank you, ladies. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. All right.
Eric, you want-
Okay. Oh my God, that was nerve-wracking and exciting all at the same time. So now, Joe, I think we should walk over this way. This is Joe Brennan I have with me. Joe is Lynn's husband, and he's also an engineer, and he's also the guy that you were behind the EMUSI app, the behind the scenes. Joe wants us to. Joe, go ahead. Tell me about
We gotta
what's
get
behind me.
some Long Island culture.
Yes, please. Go ahead, Joe.
There you
Show.
go. Well, we're at McArthur Airport, so there's the statue of MacArthur.
There
You
it
can't
is.
really. Oh, there you go.
Statue of MacArthur at
All right.
MacArthur Airport in Long Island. There's really
That's it.
not too many people here, though, Joe, right?
This is like an episode of The Walking Dead here. This is where the zombies come.
Okay, let's turn around and show them that there's nobody here. Maybe there's a. That's what their zombies would be if they were gonna. Hey, if you want a film location, here's your film location for nobody's at the airport. All right, let's go sit down, Joe, and talk about the EMUSI app and how it came to be. Well, we know that Lynn started writing a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Oh, the Zamboni. Lynn wants to show us that.
Zamboni.
We love
There you go.
Zamboni. Hey, that wasn't a scary movie. It was one of the Stephen King movies. He kept saying Zamboni, right? All right. So this is Joe Brennan. Let's get Joe Brennan live on.
Okay.
There he is. That's Lynn's husband. Isn't he adorable? And he's been my friend. And I feel like I had a little bit of a part in getting them together because when she went on a date with him, she said, "What should I do?" I said, "Go for it. He's fabulous." So, all right. So, Joe, what's the behind the scenes of the EMUSI app? How does a person even start doing an app?
Well, we started with a couple of different consulting companies, and we got some prices that we thought were high, and then we actually engaged some of those companies, and then we got some ridiculous prices that made us fall off our seats, and Lynn got very upset about that. And then I ended up finding a very small company out in Texas that made called the App Masters, that made the app for a very reasonable amount of money,
Oh, wow.
and it went really well.
So they would design the part of it that would be able to take the app. Lynn she would write the song, record it, and then you and the app people would figure out how to get it onto that.
Yeah, well, we did a lot of the layout of the app ahead of time, kind of had to direct them as to exactly what we wanted it to be, and they did all the coding of it in the background. But we talked to a lot of different people. We tried a different number of layouts, showed them to people. You know, we were sort of looking for the look of a text message, like an iMessage. If you look at the app, you see that it has the same color and same fonts and shapes as a text message when you're sending and receiving text messages on an iPhone.
And also, I've sent I've sent EMUSIs. I've posted them to Facebook. This is what I love. I usually post them to Facebook, and you can send them in an email. You can send them in a text. So it's just a musical way to get someone's attention that, like as Stephanie was saying, is so much more fun than just saying to someone, you know what, get off your behind, let's move it.
That's
so
right.
It's a great way to get their attention. EMUSI, EMUSI, type that into either your Google store or your iTunes store. It's going to come up. Literally, it's 99 cents, for the love of God.
Right. Well,
if you don't have $1 in your pocket.
The first couple of hundred are free, and then if
Yeah,
you like it, it's only
I'm going to say
for all of
forget
them.
that. Enough with if you like it. Just go and spend $1. It's not even $1. It's 99 cents.
Well, you know, that was our biggest problem is people are confused and they're thinking that they're paying 99 cents for each song. And they're actually paying 99 cents
for 1,000.
For 1,000 of them.
Right.
And I don't think people believe that. And, you know, we get into a debate, should we raise the price to make people realize that they're paying for the whole app? And really what we were trying to do was keep the price low to get it as much usage as possible, get it to really, you know,
and that's,
go
Lenny, can
viral.
people, like if they're in Canada or another country, is it just the United States? Come in here. Get over here. Yeah, come behind. So also behind us, it says Discover Long Island. Oh my God. Were you? But you didn't seem stressed.
I don't know. It was
What happened to the
It
other
was
guy?
weird in
What happened
there.
to the other guy who was going to be the legalized marijuana dude?
I think the legalized marijuana dude.
I told you he smoked the blunt and got lost.
I
by
know.
the way.
Listen, that's what happens. Supposedly it's medical marijuana, but it's really people.
There was a lady talking in my ear from Santa Monica.
She's the life and style person. She's a big wig at Life and
She's big,
Style.
yeah,
She's
so
big.
she was in
Very
my
nice,
ear.
though. Very nice.
So I was just kind of
But the other guy, the medical marijuana guy, you're right,
Is he
Joe.
dialing in, or did
He's
he not
dialing
He's
in.
on-
I think
he's
he's
on-
ghosted in.
Because I was asking.
He's
I was
blunted in,
asking the tech,
so to
like,
speak.
what's it do?
Yeah, he was. That's it. And then we were like, "What the hell happened to that guy?" They wouldn't let him drive. But
is it shaky? You got to stay still with that camera.
we got to stay. Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Everybody's a
What do we
critic.
got for time though? Here we're doing really well, right? What do we got?
9:46.
All right,
Perfect.
so Joe, somebody wants to write an app. Somebody wrote an app. These are the questions. Where do we go? How do we start? You have to help the app developers. Where do they? That's what. See, people are saying yes. Tell us what we have to do.
Where are you reading that?
Well,
I mean,
the
but,
little.
I mean, really, the what you really have to do is not get murdered with extras and
And what are some of the
changes to your
extras?
design. And anything you change after you initially sign that paperwork with them. Okay.
Oh, okay.
If you come up with some other idea, what are they going to do? They're going to suggest things to you that would be great ideas, and they're all going to be extras, and the extras will murder you. It's like, you know, building a building and building a house. The extras are where the contractor makes all his money. So what you want to do is
Right. That's a really good point.
define the shit out of this, design the heck out
Oh,
of
that's
this
right.
thing.
Because now we're off the.
Yeah, yeah,
We can
okay.
we can say that because
Yeah,
we're on
no
What's the Story
longer
with
on
Maria.
Long Island politically.
Well, behind us it says
correct.
Discover Long Island. We have discovered that.
Okay.
Joe drove, thank God. I didn't have to discover it in the dark. My GPS would have been in a full-on panic.
But so they.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the most important thing is really laying out exactly what you want,
Go back
knowing
there. I
what
like
it
you
is.
behind there, Lenny. I like your little head back there.
So that you don't get hit with a lot of extras. We did a lot of work and explained to them exactly what we wanted and what functionality we wanted to get out of it. And we were really pleasantly surprised with what the app company delivered. And they actually did deliver some things on top of.
You want to tell them the name?
I said
Name of the
App
company?
Masters,
App Man, yeah.
except it's not. It's spelled Maister. They're out of Texas. You know, we did have a couple of suggestions. People were like, "Oh, you know, go find a college kid and have a college kid build it. It'll be great."
Good or bad
It
idea?
was a bad idea. We had two bad experiences on two different ventures trying to use freelance people, and you get what you pay for. So
Yes.
I would
And they
I would
also
steer anybody
have
away
a
from.
non-compete, or they're working with something else, and all of a sudden they have to give up on you because
I'm trying to hold it.
all right.
because there's a non-compete, or there's some other reason why they can't, or they have a summer internship, or they, it's
Or
it's
they're
a lot of
millennials and
They're
they
millennials.
have to
I
check
didn't
on their
say-
Facebook.
That's right. Or they spent your 50% before they got started.
Right. But
So-
that's all right. Millennials, listen,
Or
thank
they
God
have
for
late-
millennials. I don't know how to use any equipment. And they
Right.
have been most helpful.
There's an
Right.
amusement about that.
Yeah. Oh, there isn't a music about a millennial.
Yeah, there's both sides.
Oh, really? Oh, I love that.
What's both sides of millennial?
Well, the millennials say you think we're lazy.
Say the old people.
No, the
I love
person,
that.
person says you millennials are lazy, but then the millennials sings a song about who turns your computer on.
Right.
And don't
right.
worry, because we're going to be here when you guys are gone.
You know what? It's true. People are going crazy on that. Let's, speaking of people, let me get Joe in there too. Let's say hi to some of our people that checked in.
Oh my gosh.
Peggy Bauman checked in. Thank you, Peggy. Jerry Savino, my cousin from Boston. Greg Scott. Hi, Greg Scott. Ellis Ryan. Hector Garcia. Hello. That's Bob Stack. Bridget Siegel. Hi, Bridget. I love Bridget. Gina Savino, my cousin. I love her. She said, awesome, with a bunch of exclamation points. George Hernandez. Roberta MacGyver. I'm sorry. So a bunch of our friends have been checking in.
John's watching on the tugboat. I saw our son John.
John, he put his word in the song. Tell him about this.
Yes. So John, who is Lynn and Joe's son, he is he's an engineer on a ship, captain right there.
No, he's a
Yeah.
chief engineer on a
Chief-
tugboat.
Oh, excuse me. And every time I sing, Kindness Makes Me Cry, like a tugboat on the sea.
Both smile,
We'll both
tugboat.
smile because it's for you, John. We're sending out love. Tugboat on the sea. We think John, right?
Yeah, you hear us.
So he's out there. We love John. And so tonight, I've got to tell you guys, I was so sweating bullets
It was weird.
because we didn't know where we were going. Well, we knew the airport, but Joe was cracking up. He said, where in the airport? Like, what do we do? Where do we go?
She says don't sing. She goes, it's okay, but don't sing.
Then we didn't know.
Just
if
no
we-
music.
Yeah, no music. Then we didn't know if they were going to let us bring the piano. And then we didn't know if we were going to get to start What's the Story with Maria without interrupting their show. We didn't want to step on their toes. I didn't want to piss Joe Rocks off because Joe Rocks,
Joe rocks.
Joe Rocks, right. And he's the big cheese there. And he's the reason I'm,
Not to mention we had 110 seconds to set up the equipment.
oh my God. Right. And then,
Taking a tire in
wait,
NASCAR.
and then I said, right, that's right. It was like NASCAR.
Joe, you were so good.
You were really good, Joe. You are so
Years of
manly.
experience.
I
And
love,
my kids.
I really do. I love
Kids,
Joe.
they can set up things.
And then I set up the Facebook Live, but I wasn't plugged into the radio station. Oh my God. Then Jimmy Bell, thank God for Jimmy Bell. I can't say enough about my friend Jimmy Bell, who is the engineer and producer of this show, who always, I don't know how the hell he gets me on these channels, and he's always like, I don't know what the hell you are. What the hell are you? And then I'm like, where am I? And he finds me. He's fantastic. So Thanksgiving's coming up. Next week we have on our show Eric Eves Garcia, better known as Frenchie, my friend Frenchie. Eric Eves Garcia, and he's an amazing piano player, actor, singer, very big in the cabaret world. He does the cabaret convention every year, and he's very easy on the eyes, but he's just my
How
friend.
did you get the nickname Frenchie?
I nicknamed him Frenchie because he would come in after his gig at Chez Josephine, and he would do impressions of his boss who used to have a French accent, and he would go on for days. And I was trying to get his attention one time. I was like, I didn't know his name. I was like, hey, Frenchie. And that's it. It stuck. And, no, this is true. It stuck. And now he has been Frenchie ever since. But there's another story behind it, which I will tell last week, about a girl that was trying to get his attention, and he was just like in his own world. And finally, I said the same thing. Hey, Frenchie, like snap out of it. And then Gregory Patterson. Gregory Patterson is a hairdresser, amazing. He was on Project Runway. He's a hairdresser of Project Runway. He just happens to be my great friend and Eric Eves Garcia's great friend. So I can't say enough about both of my guests next week. And it's the week of Thanksgiving. So it's 2 days before Thanksgiving, Tuesday, I think it's the 21st. So please come back and see us then. But we're good. How are we doing for time, Joe? We got like 5 minutes or something?
9:50.
7 minutes. Okay. So, Linny, how was your experience in there?
Okay.
Always off the
Good.
cuff, right?
They're tired of hearing me.
You get tired of
But
hearing?
it's nice
No, they're
to
not tired of
see
hearing
Joe.
you. And
Because Joe, Joe is patient.
What did you say
With all
this
this.
today to me? This is a shout out for great husbands and wives and significant others. You don't have to be married to have a great partner
Yes.
out there.
This poor
Okay.
camera. These poor people are gonna get dizzy.
They're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. They're sitting. I hope they're sitting. I hope they're not driving in the car. If you're in your car watching this, get the hell off. And please watch it in reruns. We're going to show it. We're going to save it. So, listen, no matter what you do, you need someone that supports you and believes in you. And Joe, let me tell you, the way you drove up, unloaded that equipment, set it up. You're right. It was like a, what do they call that? Up the pit?
Yeah.
In NASCAR,
It's like
right?
a pit stop, yeah.
A pit stop. And
That
you
was
got it
very
done.
quick. It's a little intimidating in there, guys. It's a small room.
Oh, I loved it.
The radio, I don't know. I
Was it
need-
intimidating? You didn't seem
I was a
intimidated.
little- It was a little weird. Yeah, I'm not used to a radio show, but I'm glad.
Stephanie
I like
had so
your
much
radio
fun.
show.
Well, my radio show's in my apartment. That's why we love
That's
it.
why
It's
I
like
love
laid
it. We
back.
get to eat.
Oh my God! And did we show we did show the chicken cutlets? But
I was eating them while you were in
Did
there.
you? I hope
Yeah.
you were eating them.
Yeah,
Were they
were
good?
delicious.
Yeah,
Oh,
very
they're so good. I had
They
like
were
3 of
so
them yesterday.
delicious.
I'm not exaggerating. I cooked and the chuck cutlets yesterday, and then I ate 3 in a row because I was just making sure they weren't poisonous and that they had enough salt. Because I like a lot of salt, but now what did you tell me about high blood pressure today? That Jackie,
Yeah, 130.
their daughter
over.
is also. They have a daughter who's a doctor, Jackie. And what did she say about high blood pressure?
No, the numbers changed yesterday.
Why they change
130
it?
over 80.
It's now high blood pressure.
That's
Half
ridiculous.
the country has high blood pressure now. 130 over 80.
Yeah, but
It's
you
now
know
high
what?
blood pressure.
That's manipulative. I think that Bridget Siegel, who is in the pharmaceutical industry, could shed some light on this. Are you guys just trying to sell some more high blood pressure medication?
I'm sure if you look at the stocks yesterday, the
hell?
stocks must have gone through the
Must have
ceiling.
gone up through the ceiling.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not buying it. I'm not going on the medication. That's it.
Yeah, well,
There's certain things you can do to lower your blood pressure.
Well, I went to the doctor last week, so I'm good for a year.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
That's it. You're done.
I won't
What is-
know.
that's
I
like
won't
a-
know until a year.
That's like an oil change. You go every 3,000 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right, though. I got to go back just because I want to use my insurance. You know that thing? I pay like a lot of money a month, and I'm that kind of consumer. I'm like, I paid $600 a month for this. I'm using it. So I don't know. I got to get something. I got to get an X-ray, some kind of antibiotic. I don't even need anything.
Find a mold they can look at. Look at this mold. Does this mold look strange to you?
Yeah, but I need something that involves like a big machine. Something.
Oh, the machine that goes ping.
Yeah, I want to go through something so it
You
checks
don't even
out.
get
of it.
the movie
I
reference,
want to
do
get
you?
my money's worth. I want like $2,300
Monty
worth of medical
Python.
work.
Monty Python.
What did he say?
Bring in the machine that goes ping. Come on, somebody out there that knows what it means.
Somebody does. Oh, I think. Oh, Chris DePiero has joined us. He says, "Beautiful, beautiful." Oh my God!
Chris, you know Monty Python's movie, The Thing That Goes Pink?
He probably
The
does.
hospital administrators here bring in the most expensive machine
Yes.
because we want to show it to the
Because
hospital
you paid.
administrator.
I paid
Bring in the
$7,000
machine
in
that goes
insurance
ping.
this year. What the hell? I got to get something. Give me.
You'll get responses. Wait.
Listen, that's what I do. At the end of the year, I rush to get everything done. This year I had so much friggin' dental work. Oh my God. And I still have to have my bottom teeth done.
We're in the Gulf Airport. Hey, the
Yeah.
Zamboni's coming.
Oh, the
Zamboni.
The
Zamboni.
Zamboni, oh man, it's
Zamboni.
Zamboni's driving by. The Zamboni's driving by. We're going crazy. We have how much time we got, Joe? I don't want. We're gonna get cut
I
off.
just want to say one thing before I go,
9:56.
and I love you all.
You don't have to go. Where you
There's
going?
a problem. My equipment is
Oh,
in
the
there.
equipment is in there, right?
There's a problem.
What the hell you think they're talking about in there?
iPhone
Well-
10. Joe, tell them
Well,
about
the other
iPhone.
problem,
Oh, yeah,
the other problem
please.
is the last plane landed, so they're going to
tilted.
kick us out of here
Oh, we're
soon.
tilted. Tell about the iPhone 10 and the
Joe,
problems
tell
they're
them what
having.
the
with it.
problems are, Joe.
There's plenty of problems.
Okay, start with the first one.
Well,
Updates.
the first problem that we're having, actually, we have a problem with the app. If you have an iPhone 10 or if you updated to your new software to 11, a lot of people, they set their phones to automatically update. They don't even know it. So we had a rash of people who are now like, oh, my EMUSIs don't work. I can't hear them. Well, actually, the app works, but if you send them to people, the person getting it can't play it. They can't hear the audio.
Oh no.
And it seems
Just Apple.
John
Are they
Apple,
working on it?
Yeah, well, Apple could care less. They just
Well,
want
they
you
have
to-
their money.
Right, exactly. So I have the app designer working on diagnosing the problem.
Okay.
But,
That's another thing when you build an app.
That's right.
Constant
It's
maintenance.
every
Is that true?
time.
Do you have to pay for that, or do they pay?
Yeah,
for that?
no. You have to pay the app company.
Oh no,
Apple doesn't
really?
care. Yeah.
Is that
So you-
true?
Yeah. So I have to pay the developer. You have to get a maintenance contract, or you have to pay them each time there's a new phone. You have to pay to make sure that the app works on the new phone. Or in this case, it wasn't even a new phone. It works on the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 10, but the software update doesn't work on all iPhones. So whether you had a 4 or 5
See,
or a 6.
something's up with that. That's about spending money. I have an Android. I always have. Judy makes fun of me for having an Android, but I like my Android. So I'm okay. And my EMUSI's come through great. I don't know. Maybe someday I'll get an iPhone. So far, I'm good. So Diane Pickering just joined us. She's out in Massachusetts. Catherine Salvio, she says, I'll miss you, buddy. Don't make me sad. Catherine Salvio, one of my favorite, most wonderful people who helped me even get on Armed Radio because she set up all the tech with Jimmy Bell, is moving to Florida. And we will miss you. But I got to tell you, Catherine, I'm very happy for you. She's moving to Delray Beach, and she's a sun bunny. She hates the wintertime. And
Deserve the happiness, Kat.
you deserve it. You're going to get a nice little tan over there. And then if you need some skin products, because, I have just launched my, wake up. I think he's trying to get my attention. You have been poked. Okay, Jimmy, I think we're going off the air soon. So anyway, I'm selling Rodan and Field's wonderful skincare. And I want to tell you, I'll tell you, but wrap it up, he said. Okay, Jimmy, thank you for everything.
Bye-bye.
Love you very much. We love our audience. Come back next week. We're going to have a really good time. Thank you for bearing with us. Thank you, Jimmy.